Hey guys! So, next chapter to the bariatric journey. And I'm sorry, I've got this little thingy on my hand. I just finished my IPSY video for May. Kind of had a chance to review products, so finally got that posted and finished. So, hey guys, what's up? I know I'm 2 days early, but to be honest, I am expecting company tonight, so I wanted to go ahead and post my videos for the week and get them over with so I could spend as much time as I could with her. She's my best friend. We've been friends since middle school. And gosh, I haven't seen her in 5 years. Last time I saw her was Alaska when I was living there, and that was 2012. So yeah, 5 years. It's been a while. But anyway, the hell is that? Anyway, I did want to talk and share with you guys some things that have happened within these past 2 weeks. So, for starters, I posted my last video before I went and got my nails done as part of the Military Spouse Appreciation Day, and it was something I was actually looking forward to. I went with one of my friends here from the base, and we both signed up to go get our nails done because we're thinking, oh, well, they'll give us those fake nails and we'll get the, oh gosh, what are they called? But, I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? The fake nails that they glue on after they grind down your nails down to almost nothing. Well, that's what we thought we were going to get while we were there. Turns out they just had us pick out a bottle of nail polish and they painted our nails. And it's like, if I wanted my nails painted, I could have painted them at home. So it was a little frustrating for me, and it was frustrating for her too. And the work that was done, if you want to call it work, wasn't very professional. They were really nice ladies, but they're like, well, we don't really do nails. We're not very good at nails. And they really didn't want to sit there and paint our nails either. So it was like, awesome, we got the people who don't want to be here. And then with that, they told us, okay, your nails just need to dry for about 10 minutes. And then after 10 minutes, you're free to go. You can go ahead and leave. And it's like, oh, okay, not a big deal. But our nails weren't dry in 10 minutes. Our nails were getting mucked up as we're trying to stand up from our chairs, grab our purses, go out to the truck, get in the truck, and dig around for our IDs so we could get back on the base. And by the time it was said and done, it looked like a little kid painted our nails and did a very, very crappy job. And I'm not going to name locations because it's a beauty school. And they are there to learn. And I did put my feedback there on their page. And one of those students tore into me about it. And it's like, well, good feedback or bad feedback, you need both in order to improve yourself, in order to get better and learn from your mistakes. So, I didn't see why the student was so upset about it, other than they probably just don't want to hear anything bad about them or the school, which, I get that. Nobody wants a bad review, but it's a fact of life. Not everybody's going to like what you're going to do. Like, shoot, there's people who watch this and probably go, she's an idiot. She's stupid. She copped out. I know there's naysayers out there about me, and you know what? Keep doing you, because I don't care. I don't care anymore. So, moving on. Yeah, that was Thursday, 2 weeks ago, Thursday, and it was an unpleasant experience, but we both agreed, next year, if we're both living on the same base still, that it's something that we're either going to, like, go back and try something else or just not do it all. So I'm kind of leaning more towards I'm not going to do again. And that if I actually want my nails done, I'm going to go to a real salon and get them done the way I want them done and actually have them look good in the process. But again, they're students and they're learning, so at least they're doing something with their lives. Unlike some people like me. I sit here and make videos for YouTube and make frickin' wax samples for work. That's my job, y'all. I'm not joking. But anyway, speaking of all these samples, I got busy making these samples for my Scentsy business because there's a new collection out called La Habana. So you've got all kinds of different scents to remind you of Cuba. I'm not very good at Spanish, so I'm not even going to try to pronounce any of these names, but they're really awesome. I'm really enjoying the scents so far. I'd have to say my least favorite is the, excuse me if I'm butcher this completely, is the Habana Vija. And it's got tobacco flower in it and some other scents to make up what it is. And I'm not a really big fan of it, but then again, I'm also allergic to tobacco, so that could be why. So far, out of the ones that I have used in my house, I've used the Cafe Cubano, the Flor de Mariposa, and the Havana Vija. There's still two others. There's Pastelitos and Playa de Veradero. And the Playa de Veradero is supposed to be like a flowery scent, and the Pastelitos is supposed to be like a fruity pineapple scent, maybe, if I remember correctly. Don't swear me on that. Yeah, don't quote me on that. Excuse me. But so far, my favorite seems to be the Flor de Mariposa. It's got a beautiful flower scent. And the strongest one, which you notice when you first get everything, is the Cafe Cubano. So I ended up buying the collection just because it's like, hey, when am I ever going to get to do that again? So I ended up doing that, and that was awesome. I think it was worth it, and put some investments towards my VIPs and my VIP group. And yeah, I'm just so excited. Though, of course, with everything leading up to now, I got new neighbors, so I no longer have the neighbor from hell living next door. I'm excited about that because I hated my old neighbor. She made my life a living hell. All because I called the police to make sure she was okay. And ever since then, she's hated my guts. Yeah. People need a life. Anyway, my new neighbor seems a lot better, so that's a bonus. I'm just not used to hearing a kid crying. So, yeah, that's going to take some adjusting too, because I'm not used to having to listen to kids cry unless I'm at my brother's house or a place where there is a baby. But, then again, that's somebody else's house, not your own. And when you're in your own house and you're used to peace and quiet with the occasional dogs barking, and all of a sudden you got a kid crying, you're like, what's that? Make it stop. It was quiet. What happened? I'm not trying to rag on kids or parents with kids. I mean, I want my own one day. But all I'm trying to say is it was different because we're used to the silence. And the most noise that is made is either by us or our dogs. So I think base housing needs to really, make the walls a little more soundproof, so that way you can't hear what your neighbors are doing next door. I mean, if they're getting their freak on next in the bedroom right on the other side of your wall where your bed is, where you put your head at night, it makes for your next visit with them very uncomfortable. But yeah, so I definitely wanted to get that out there. I wanted to say a huge thank you to Justin Nezia again, because I did share his link in my last bariatric video. I wanted to give him a shout out again because I did go check out his channel, and it's got a lot of useful information there for anybody who has mental issues, mental disorders. It's a great resource, especially if you don't have time to go to support groups or go see a counselor, or you don't have money to go see a counselor. It's a great alternative. I mean, I don't recommend it full time, of course, because you still need professional help to an extent, but to tide you over, it's a great resource. And I definitely want to say thank you to him for definitely leaving the comment there about depression and everything on my one video. Because, life is hard. Life is never easy. And speaking of life being hard, that's the other thing that has changed here in my house is I've had such a huge struggle with sodas and junk food and that stuff just being around me in general. I mean, it's one thing to be out in public and, okay, somebody's drinking a soda and you can't do anything about it. But it's another when you're in your own home and, like, your partner is just putting away the sodas more than usual and eating more junk food, and they don't want to be healthy. And it's really hard to sit there and watch that because you want what they have and you can't. And that's been the hardest part for me lately. It's having and wanting what I can't have. So we finally talked and agreed, no more soda, no more junk food in the house, so long as we can help it. Though for him, I told him, I'm willing to work with him because he's supposed to be deploying. So from now until he actually leaves, I'm like, you can keep everything in the house, just keep it out of my sight and don't do it in front of me. Because there was a day I went to the fridge looking for something to drink, and his Mountain Dew, which was my favorite soda before surgery, was right there on the shelf within my reach, within my view of everything else. And I was this close to grabbing it and chugging it. That's how bad I wanted it. And, I'm proud of myself that I didn't, but that was really hard to put up with. So, unfortunately, with this comes changes in your own home that you weren't expecting to always make. Like, I can't drink through a straw anymore, and that bugs the piss out of me. I love drinking through a damn straw. I mean, who doesn't? It's like the best way to feel like a little kid again, especially when you get to blow bubbles. I love doing that with my straws. I would blow bubbles in my drinks just for shits and giggles all the time. And so that was hard. But, it still is hard. And the whole junk food thing, it's like, we got to stop with this. This is getting very difficult because there's a lot that I can't have. I mean, for Christ's sakes, I can't have French fries. French fries. I can't have them. I can't have French fries. Or tater tots. Or curly fries. Me eating a burger now, my buns have to be toasted, and I only eat, like, the bottom layer, and then, like, you put your meat and all your condiments on top. And then that top bun, gone. I cannot eat with that top bun there. I just can't. It's a struggle for me to do that. Like, chips, I love me some Doritos. Doritos and Pringles, oh my gosh. Those were always, like, my BFFs when it came to chips. But I can't have that stuff anymore because it's not healthy for you. And of course, a lot of us know that. And I mean, shoot, you open up a bag of chips, it's mostly air. But still, I can't have chips. And one of my vices, well, two of my vices. One is Ben and Jerry's ice cream. Didn't matter the flavor, but that was a vice. And another for me was booze. And that's been really hard lately, trying to cope and deal with my husband's pending deployment and then the stressors of life that are going on. And, I used to be able to just grab a pint of Ben and Jerry's ice cream and wolf it down, or drink, and what problem? I didn't have a problem. It was better. But I can't do that anymore. So actually having to sit here and deal with the raw emotions head on, face first, it's hard. It is not easy at all. And that has been one hell of a damn battle for me. Just because, I don't like having to do that. I don't know who would. But, I don't know what else to use for a vice or coping mechanism because I'm still learning. And I'm hoping with some books that I've got that I need to finish reading that I'll be able to find another way to deal with everything. But for now, it's like the stress of everything makes me want more and more of what I just cannot have for coping. Like, I want the greasiest, fattiest, frickin' deep fried burrito from Taco Bell, for example, and I can't have that. I can't have ice cream to cope anymore. I can't drink booze anymore. I can't drink soda anymore. It's just being able to cope without those things and having to face everything head on. It is a challenge. I'm not going to say that it's easy, because it's not. I'm living proof it's not easy. But, it is there, and it is a struggle, and it's definitely a good reminder of when you see people around you in public, you don't know what they're going through. I mean, I could walk around the store and nobody would be able to guess that I'm suffering internally because I don't have coping methods anymore. No one would know that. No one would know that I went through the surgery either, because you just don't know these things. You don't know what another person is going through unless you actually step up and talk to them. But the least we can do is step up and say, hey, just do whatever you can to put a smile on somebody's face. Make their day. Compliment something that they're wearing. Say, that looks very pretty on you. Or if it's a guy, say, hey, that looks really good on you. It's just these little things to help people remember, it's not all doom and gloom. Because sometimes you need that extra boost. And, I mean, it's hard to walk the walk. It's easier to talk it, and it's harder to walk it. And that's something I'm trying to work on for myself. Because, it's not easy. And I try to remember to smile and tell people, hi, how you doing? Have a good day. Or just smile and wave at people. I mean, that's like the biggest thing you could do without ever saying a word to somebody to offend them. All you have to do is just smile and wave at them. Yeah, it will probably confuse them, because then they're going to be like, do I know you? And no, but it's just an act of kindness that we can do without ever having to say a word. Actions speak louder than words, and that is the best way to make another person's day. You don't gotta talk to them. All you gotta do is just smile and wave at them. And that usually works. And I mean, if you want to go above and beyond, sure, like do a pay it forward thing and pay for somebody's meal, and or pay for somebody's coffee. There's really definitely ways that you can make somebody smile, no matter what kind of rough day they're having, no matter where their mindset is. There are ways that we can do things to make a person's day better, and you don't even have to say hello. So just some food for thought, and that's something that I myself am going to work on because I need to get better at that. I'm not a very social, outgoing person. I am a dog person. I am an introvert. Hence, YouTube. But I'm trying to work to get a little better because I can't let fear run my life. And as much as it's just easier to let that happen, it's not the way to live. And of course, with the mindset of I want to have children someday, I want to set the best example that I can for them. And what better way to start setting that example for them than by practicing now? So that way when they are around, you've got it mastered. Well, you may not be perfect at it, but you're at least better than where you were before you had them. So anyway, I've let this go on way too freaking long. This is my video for Thursday, so don't expect anything from me this Thursday because this is it. Nothing more, nothing less. I'll see you guys again in 2 weeks for sure. And if I get my Ipsy stuff sooner than that, then you all will hear from me. So I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I know it's Tuesday, but we're going to make today awesome anyway. So you guys stay beautiful, stay strong, and just don't give up on yourselves, alright guys? Love y'all. Bye.